your sales office today at 876-317-1991. Don't be left out. Promote your business on Fit FM Business Ball Out.
Blessings and light. This is Imara, the musical revolutionary. Your host and community buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. This and every Monday at 3 p.m. From the home to the community to the wider world. Let us be the change we want to see. Join me this and every Monday at 3 p.m. on the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Ask the Doctor is your interactive call-in health feature brought to you by Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, 28 to 29 Champion Plaza, Falmouth, Trelawney, inside the community bus. 589144 and have your medical related questions answered by the specialist Dr. Live. That's Ask the Doctor, brought to you by Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, your healthcare provider of choice on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Do your part to prevent mosquito breeding. Mosquitoes will breed in any container that holds water.
Tightly cover water storage containers such as drums, barrels, buckets, and tanks. If this cannot be done, pour cooking oil on the water surface. Punch holes in all tins, plastics, and beverage boxes to prevent the collection of water before disposal. Cover all tires or fill with dirt to prevent water collection. Scrub all vases once per week to remove mosquito eggs. Use mosquito repellents to protect yourself from mosquito bites. Dispose of garbage properly by placing in plastic bags and securing properly to prevent water collection.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The Apostolic Remnant Healing and Deliverance Ministry presents Be Thou Made Whole Healing and Deliverance Conference on Saturday, August 24, 2024 at the Falmouth Parish Church Hall, Duke Street, Falmouth, Trelawney. Host Pastor, Prophetess Jodian Barnett. Dynamic preaching by Prophet Daniel Taylor and Pastor O'Shane Hines. And ministry by Minister Raheem Wellington, Minister Siobhan Reed, and many more. Hosted by Pastor A. Shirley. Tickets, $4,000. Food and refreshments on sale. Come with your cups turned up for the undiluted word.
This is Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. The time courtesy of Trelawney's Radio is 3 p.m.
96.7. You're listening to Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Blessings and light. This is Imara, the musical revolutionary. Your host and the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. This and every Monday at 3 p.m. From the home to the community to the wider world. Let us be the change we want to see. Every Monday at 3 p.m. on the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Traveling down the road with a heavy load, still we never get weary yet. This is Juba White, and I am tuning into the community buzz with Imara, the musical revolutionary.
Struggle goes on. We are the builders of the pyramids. We are the builders of the stone cities of Zimbabwe. We build them White House. We build them factories. With blood, with sweat, with tears. With flesh, with bone. Them use build them economy. Now them want come con you and me. With them science and them. We make them take with knowledge. Now them are deafly. Them are blindly. We are walk, we are ride, we are drive, we are fly. Nah, look, nah, see. Eyes focus on the screen of an iPhone, Galaxy, tablet, Blackberry. Wake up, look. Uno no sister them a bury with. Ancestors crying out. Them a weak, you see we heading back to slavery. Robotic, digital, technological slavery. The rich take them session, call it recession. Left the world in depression. Legal and illegal drugs and alcohol on the rise. In their interests, to our demise we patronize, now become marginalized. Make fools seem wise because we abide them lies and sell with lies. Prostituting our person wives. Marcus did rise. Some sharp did rise. Google did rise. Tacky did rise.
Yes, this is the Community Buzz on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. And this is Aymara, your musical revolutionary. The host on the Community Buzz on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. How are you doing, world? We are here. And the world is in turmoil. Yet the world and life is infinitely beautiful. With all that are happening around the world, you know, we see World War III look like it is on the verge right now. Russia and Ukraine, it is heating up over there. And now we see where Israel and Iran is on the verge of another kickoff, you know, fueled by the United States of America. So people, we need to embrace ourselves some more, you know, with love, with light, that inner light, that vibration, that frequency that is much higher than this war and turmoil and hatred and bitterness, you know, and it is within us. It is within us to lift ourselves to a higher frequency and a higher vibration, because these vibration that we see happening around us are vibration of the lower frequencies, you know, and we have to understand that we, you know, can lift ourselves much higher than that. And we must not allow these things to disturb our psyche, because they are doing these things intentionally. Yeah, they have an objective, they have an agenda, and their agenda is to, you know, divert and disrupt the mind of those who want to live in harmony with nature and life. Seeing they are disruptors of harmonizing the way of life, you know, they might try to disrupt that. So we give thanks. As we say, we always come on the Community Buzz, and the vibration that we carry is a vibration of building community, you know. But first, we say, from the home to the community to the wider world, let us be the change that we want to see. So, before you step out into the world, you must step into yourself and understand yourself, right? And elevate yourself to a higher level and be your best self. And being your best self, that's what you share, because you only can share what you have. If you have darkness, that's darkness. This only darkness you can share. If you're light, then you will be beacons for others, and they will see that light, you know, and draw to the light, you know what I mean? So we are here, and this is what? The 12 there. It's a powerful cycle going from the 8 to the 12, you know. And we have to understand the vibration of the universe and align ourselves with it. You know what I mean? Because we are one with the universe. We must know that. You understand? So we must continue to energize our innerverse. You know, that we can expand ourselves to the wider universe and create the vibration that all of us can, you know, be one, because we are from the same source. Yes, all of us are from the same source. So we give thanks for this moment. As we say, We are broadcasting on www.fitfmja.com, and we are also simulcasting on primal4k.com. It is www.primal4k.com. Bless up Joel, bless up Nehema, and all of the listeners who tune in and that other medium. We give thanks for being here in the community buzz. As I say, so many things happening. 17 shot, 8 died. What a tragedy. Yeah, here in Jamaica. I try to recall if I ever hear anything like this in one, go in a Jamaica. I mean, I'm just I see the Prime Minister, what is happening place there is gangs who reside overseas, criminals behind bars involved in Clarendon mass killing. Can you imagine that even though these people are locked down behind, right, and operate from wherever they are, to create this kind of mayhem, and communities miles away from them, We look at these things and we say, you see the power of technology, because these things can, and the message, and so how it can, how it happen. So all them talk about the intelligence that them have and this and that, I don't know. The criminal underworld. No, we have to call it maybe the overworld, because they are overtly doing what they are doing. You know what I mean? And we have to seriously look, We have to seriously look. We really want change, We really want change. And I'm saying the change have to come from each and every one of us. We have to be what we want to see. And if we look around us and we see all of these things are happening, we have to check ourselves. Especially those who are in leadership position, are you being the last? Are you being that to see, the best of themselves? You understand? And this is what we have to talk about. It is not a top-down thing where some people sit at the top and talk down to other people. The conversation must be a kind of dialogical discourse where we really communicating as man and man, woman and woman, people talking to people, you understand, in a real way, expressing their truth and to see what they want within their environment, within their community, Yesterday evening, one of my neighbors, best up yourself, Gary, I was talking about, how we can make our community be vibrant. You understand? That if each man can just take care of them gateway, as simple as that. Just your one space. You understand? And make your one space a glow and a shine. And every one of us in our community do that. It is as simple as that. And then together we can come together one at a time and say, all right, make we take on this. And the whole we do it. You understand? It's not hard. It's 1, 2, 3. I don't know why people believe life is that hard. You understand? See? So, as I say, this week we are, this is the week that we have Ask the doctor with Omega Medical Center, and we are privileged this week, to have
Dr. Roger Shirley will be our doctor on call.
Roger Shirley will be in studio with us, so we're looking forward for that. So people keep in tune. That is very, very nice for him to be here. For the past, nearly 2 months, over 2 months now, we have been talking about this, and now, finally, he will be here, or somebody from Omega Medical will sit with us, and Dr. Shirley will be here with us. Yes, and 4 o'clock, one link up. Mr. Paul Patmore, right? Paul Patmore is the caretaker, PMP caretaker representative for Southern Trelawney. This is why I want to talk to Mr. Paul Patmore. There are so many things that are happening within that region, especially in the Cockpit region. And I know that his constituency, involve, or the Cockpit, some of the Cockpit country involve, part of his constituency. So we want to look on some of activities that are taking place there, and we want to also see what is happening up there with the farmers, and the people with the community since burial, and to see the kind of improvement and the plans that he has, for the people, and how they are going to, sit and reason and I've been know that virtue there, from here, yeah. See, so it is what it is as a people. So Paul Patmore, we are looking forward, to reason with the eye, So stay and keep in tune to the community buzz, because so many vibes happening around the world, and we have to pay attention to to the people, and the people have to get wise. The people have to get wise and organize themselves. Be one with your community, you understand? Because these things are not nice. 4 men held with alleged illegal gun in Cherry Lane, Clarendon. And I saw it go, the country just dip on edge, right? PMP caretaker demand wellness, declare St. Elizabeth disaster area in hurricane burial wake. Wow. We see some serious things happen, and we have to look into these things. We see the whole thing of the needs argument come up back again. And they are using the hurricane relief fund, and I use needs to say, why, if everybody, is a part of this national ID system, then it would be much easier to locate people who are affected by any form of disaster. And I'm saying, why are we, or why the government, right? And when we say government, me always involve the opposition in it, because the reason why I'm involved with the opposition, they are in the parliament, and sometimes they sound so dormant. We don't hear nothing from them. They are very docile. We don't really hear nothing from them. They took the government to court, and there's some case, the one, the whole thing pertaining to certain rights that the bill or the act that they were trying to pass with the needs violated. Now, reform. And we would like to see what are the changes in the new constitution pertaining to our fundamental rights, to our human rights. We need to see these things, because I am certain they took them to court based upon the origin, based upon what was in the constitution pertaining to our rights, right? Now we realize that they are pushing it again, right? So it's either they have no regards for the legal system or the justice system, because if the court ruled and said that you are in violation of the people's fundamental rights, then why are you still pushing it on the people? These are the questions that the people must ask. We are all young minds. We realize that we're not seeing no young militant youth like when we are growing up in the 1980s and the 70s. Where the young, brilliant scholars are, where are they? Are they hiding? You know what I mean? See, we realize that most of them will maybe take side with a system that is very oppressive, you know what I mean? Rather than standing up for something that will benefit all of us, including the people who are trying to impose a system that will affect all of us. Right? As the great Frantz Fanon said, that the oppressed must free themselves and also free their oppressors. I want to repeat that again. The oppressed must free themselves and also free their oppressors. And that is something that we must pay attention to, because true liberation is when all are liberated. And even the Christ said that none aren't free until all are free. And we have to observe these things as revolutionaries, because that is who we are. And that is who I am. Because of them say, revolution is for change. And we are constantly changes. That changing, all that is happening. The only thing that is constant is change. And we have to know that. I want to read a quote from Barack Obama. And the reason why I want to read a quote is so people feel looking at themselves, you know. Barack Obama said this. And for the international order that we have worked for a generation to build, ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs. The order and progress can only come when individuals surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign. I wonder if the people understand that. Let me read it again, that it can sink in. And for the international order that we have worked for generations to build, ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs. The order and progress can only come when individuals surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign. I wonder if we don't understand that. Them only can rule when we surrender with inalienable rights. That is how them can rule we. We could play a piece of music, Julie, and then we come forward and we talk to Dr. Shirley. Dr. Shirley. How you doing, man? See this, you're coming to my man. See, I'm going to tell you, man. Let me not see you. Fit mind. You know me, I reason for you on the phone. Yeah. Community. Fit world. This is our man.
Together we stand, brothers. Together we stand, sisters. And just the least that you done to my brothers, you do unto me. Together we stand, brothers. The man said the least that you done to my sisters, you do unto him. Together we stand, brothers. Organize yourself this time. Love we need to save mankind. Can't you see that showing signs? Yeah. One man want the world it sees, but it make no sense to me. In the nuclear wars and using strategies. Yeah. Spreading germs like Pharisees. Oh, I wish this war would cease. Together we stand, brothers. Together we stand, sisters. I said, please let you done to my brothers, do unto him. Together we stand, brothers. I said, the least that you done to my sisters, you do unto him. Together we stand, brothers. People get ready. Up your mind to race indeed. So much hunger, mouth to feed. Together we can accomplish what we need. It's so easy for us to unite. Come my people, let's see the light. Let's stop the fuss and stop the fight. Our love is there today. Together we stand.
This is Fit FM 96.7. Shalani's Radio. Your life, your music.
Just please let you dance to my brothers do and together we stand, brothers. Just please let you dance to my sisters do and together we stand, brothers. Oh, na, na.
Remember, it's 3:30. Yes. Together we stand. That is Richie Spice. You know? Richie Spice. Together we stand, brother. Together we stand, sister. And we are here. You know what I mean? We have a few more things that we want to look at. You know, the opposition leader, Mark Golding, is urging People's National Party supporter in Westmoreland to avoid abstaining from voting for the party because they might not, which part me they know? Let me go back again. For the party because they might not immediately like a candidate on offer. In the 2020 general election, by a 3-0 margin on which in the 2020 general election, Westmoreland, which the PMP previously controlled by a 3-0 margin, why this thing is popping up, right? And which they consider CFPMP territory was swept by the GLP, Daniel Lawrence, and seated Luther Buchanan in Westmoreland Eastern. George Wright brushed aside Dwayne Vaz in Westmoreland Central and newcomer Moreland Wilson upstage party stalwart Dr. Wickham McNeil in Westmoreland. Western. Now, we see these things are happening, you know what I mean? And I was listening to Conrad this morning and the new Straight Up, right? And he was talking about the structure of the political system, you know, and I was observing that some of the people pertaining to when it comes to voting, you know, people kind of not too interested in the whole voting thing anymore, and we have to look at it seriously. What is happening, you know? He was interviewing our MP for Northern Trelawney, you know, and asking pertaining to what took place in the local government election. But we have to raise our awareness, you know what I mean, and to become more politically literate, because the people see it as just a thing where the politicians, them are fattening themselves, you know, and that is all that is happening. And they are not paying much attention to the real issues that the people are facing from day to day. So we need to look closer to the political system as a people, because it is affecting our lives. Whether we participate voting yes or no, you know, we are still going to be affected by policies that politicians put in place. And some of the time, or most of the time, the people are not a part of, you know, forming those policies and, you know, be a part of the process to put system in place. So the system that politicians orchestrated and put in place are most time, you know, come from powerful lobbyists who organize themselves and, you know, lobby politicians and say, this is what we want. And they can get things done while the people who claim to be, the power, can't organize themselves to get things done because we are so polarized in our mindset. You know what I mean? We're still divided, even after election. The good thing I heard Tova said this morning that, after election, she don't really think about party. She, or who did vote for her. She think about her constituency, her people. Saying, and we want to reach a stage in Jamaica where the elimination or the dismantling of what we call political victimization. We want to see that dismantle, that people start to come to them senses and know, say, the MP is supposed to represent the constituency. So if we did go out and we did vote for the opposite party and another party win, we must just know and say, yo, this is the person who represents us, right? We have to start looking on them things there. We have in the studio with us Dr. Shirley, and Dr. Shirley is a representative from Omega Medical, and we are going to talk, here, pertaining to what is happening at Omega Medical, and we are here. What you saying, Julia? You were saying something?
The Doctor is your interactive call-in health feature brought to you by Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, 28 to 29 Champion Plaza, Falmouth, Trelawney, inside the Community Buzz, Mondays at 3:30 p.m. Call in on 876-513-6668 or 876-478-9144 and have your medical-related questions answered by the specialist, Dr. Live. That's Ask the Doctor, brought to you by Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, your healthcare provider of choice on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, Champion Plaza, Falmouth, provides excellent healthcare services through a qualified staff to fulfill the medical needs of its community. Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, Falmouth, focuses on quickly getting you back to your true self. We use state-of-the-art technology to diagnose and treat patients. Ultrasonography, CAT scan, digital x-rays, and laboratory services. Schedule your appointment today at Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, Champion Plaza, Falmouth. Opens Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 876-462-4571. That's 876-462-4571.
Yes, good afternoon and grand afternoon. Again, this is Imara, your musical revolutionary, and we are on the Community Buzz on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. And we are also simulcasting on primal4k.com, www.primal4k.com. And we have Dr. Shirley from Omega Medical Urgent Care Center with us in the studio. And before we welcome him, one of the people know say it is Ask Your Doctor. So you can call in and you can ask any question. So the numbers are 876-478-9144, 876-513-6668. I'm going to repeat the numbers again, 876-478-9144, 876-513-6668. Right? You can call the doctor. Welcome, Dr. Shirley, to the studio of Fit FM 96.7. We're so happy to have you inside here with us. How are you doing, sir?
Thanks for having me here. I'm happy to be here. Finally.
Finally. It's a small world. I've been seeing you. I never know say you're a doctor. Yeah. So anything happen around us, we know say a doctor right in the midst, so we can call past.
It's a good thing I was behaving myself. Right?
All right, see, I was there observing, and see that you're a good behaving young man. All right, sir. So, tell us about Omega Medical Urgent Care Center. What is it about this
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, as you said, it's an urgent care center. So it's a step up from a regular doctor's office, a regular GP's office.
Yeah.
In that we offer a little bit more than a regular doctor's office, offering X-rays, CT scans, ultrasounds, and laboratory services.
Yeah.
But it's not an accident and emergency at the hospital. It's a step down from that. So it's an intermediate between a GP's office and a accident and emergency. So we've been there since we've been open since 2022. That's when we started in Falmouth. That's right there in Falmouth, and we've been getting a lot of more support from the community, and we're just really here to serve the community.
And when you say Falmouth, just tell them exactly, because we have people, we want people to know.
Right, exactly. So we're right there in Champion Plaza, shop 28, 29, right around the back. Shop 28 and 29, New Falmouth Plaza, Champion Plaza.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What are the people you see with complaints from day to day? Who you see most? People with what kind of issues?
Right, it varies.
Yeah.
It varies. Even just this week, it varies from the smallest child, newborns, and it can go up to elderly persons, 98, 90, 99 years old people, right? So it really, really varies. Young people coming with complaints, acute illnesses, flu, asthma, exacerbations, and then you have also the elderly or the middle-aged persons who may come in with more chronic illnesses, hypertension, diabetes. Those things are very, very, very common, very prevalent in our population.
Wow. Because everything properly. If you look out in the street, if you go in the supermarket, you see the things that they are taking up, So what are you? Tell me the percentage.
Right. So when it comes to diabetes, there are two main types of diabetes, right? When we have a type 1 and a type 2 diabetes. Type 1 we usually see in the younger population, right? So those are children, teenagers, young people, right? And type 2 we usually tend to see that in our older population, middle age upwards, right? But what we have been noticing that you can have younger persons having type 2 diabetes as well, right? And it's usually due to a lifestyle issue. So, this is where obesity comes in, the poor dietary choices, sedentary lifestyle, not enough exercise, not being active. So, gone are the times when you used to think that diabetes and hypertension, diabetes is an old people disease. We're having middle age as early as 30, exactly. 30-year-old. It's something that you have to be mindful of. 40-year-olds having diabetes, and it's because of this lifestyle factor. Definitely
lifestyle factor, like what you eat and not exercising.
Right.
Not exercising. You see, one of the things that last time we spoke, the argument about men who are afraid of seeing the doctor, right? And I'm glad that, we have a male doctor here. I hope you as a doctor love to check yourself as well.
I do.
Right? Yeah, so one of the issues where we observe that is affecting a lot of men now is prostate cancer.
Right.
We don't know why, because I think that people are saying make it look like it is more towards black. We see that kind of research already. Is it so like to find out?
Right. So the research has shown that there's a higher prevalence of prostate cancer in African descent.
Yeah.
Right. So we fall as Jamaicans, right? So it's very important that men, check it out. Check it out, especially if you're around the age. We usually, some of the resources are the studies have shown that screening would start at the age of around 50, right? But if you find that you've had a family history, so your father had a history of prostate cancer, you don't want to start screening a little bit earlier, 45,
Yeah. You say you spoke about the research pertaining to people, black men, men of African descent, right? Look at it, how deep we look at it, because we're supposed to at least try to find out what are some of the reasons
contributing factor to it. I know well, Jamaican man name them Aki, right? So that's something, you know, I think I'm not sure, but I have to go back and look back what the research is about that. But that's something that is very interesting to look at.
And the reason why we look at the Aki thing, because you attempt to say it a while ago, but that is mainly what they always say, African American, because most of these studies are always, you know, centered around that. But how much man now American Yamaki, by the way? You know what I mean? So man, you know, men will eat Aki, but you know, Americans, they don't into no whole heap of Aki eating if that be a contributory factor.
So you have to think about the other contributing factors like alcohol consumption, cigarette smoking, definitely. And just age, being older is a contributing factor.
So the research must lead to another thing, because why so much black men, you know, up on alcohol and cigarette and them things. And we see it. And the reason why we have this conversation, we're looking at young men right now, a lot of young men, and the first thing you pass by the corner, you see them with a little plastic cup, and the plastic cup in so yellow, blue color, you know what I mean, and they maybe have a spliff, or, you know, and them a rub up some grabber in them hand. Or we can reach those young men to educate them about the danger of what they are doing that can contribute to, you know, them having prostate cancer before them even reach 30.
You said it right there. Education. They may be doing these things because they don't know the consequences of their actions. So without knowledge, you know, people fail, right? So it's important that we continuously, you know, preach this and tell them the consequences of certain actions. So this is where community outreach comes really good.
That term, community outreach.
Right. Right. So community outreach comes in handy, and you know, we can use social media to push this message. You know, looking at the lifestyle contributions of prostate cancer, and this is how we will reach those young persons.
Yeah, we're going to mention. And when you look at a place like Falmouth, right, and you see, you just talk about community outreach. Who are some of the people you would collaborate with, you know what I mean, to have that kind of education going? Because me not look at you as just a doctor who see the people and will come to you. You know, as a young man, you know. You're from Falmouth?
No, I'm actually from St. Andrew.
St. Andrew. Yeah, St. Andrew one. See? And so as far as you're really, you know, come from St. Andrew for reach, and you are now in Falmouth. But you're still a young man, you know, you understand? And you must see, you know, you observe a whole heap of thing happening, you know, with your peers, and you see a lot of them destroying themselves, you know. And as a young man, you know, say you don't stand alone. So the healthier the society is the more progressive we can become. You know what I mean? So when we see young men destroying themselves with cigarette, with alcohol, drinking, and all of these things, it is our responsibility to try and do something to see how we can, you know what I mean, at least make them understand the danger that they are doing to themselves, and not just themselves, but them family and the wider society. You know, that is very important.
It is. Right, and that's why very interesting that even brought it up when we spoke about community outreach, because the Rotary Club of Falmouth would be putting on a forum on
Yes.
September the 17th. I just remember, right? Save the date, right? And we'll be talking about prostate cancer.
Yes.
Prostate cancer at that forum. That is in collaboration in collaboration with us.
With Omega
That's
Medical.
correct.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is something interesting, and persons of the community, young persons can come out, middle-aged persons
Mhm.
can come out, wives can bring their husbands who don't want to come,
Mhm.
right? Just come out and come out and listen to what's going on and ask questions. That's a very good opportunity to ask questions, and
So this is a forum that seemed to be educational,
right?
You know what I mean, to inform people, the danger of prostate. I want to say to the people right out there, you can call and ask the doctor any question you want to ask the doctor. So let me give you the numbers again. 876-478-9144. That is 876-478-9144. 876-513-6668. Right? Call the doctor. Patrick Beckford, what are you doing up there in America? Yeah. See, call the doctor and we can, talk a little bit more about what is happening at Omega Medical Care Center in Champion Plaza here in Falmouth, Trelawney. You want to play a piece of music and then we'll come forward? Yeah, we could just take
Ask the Doctor is your interactive call-in health feature brought to you by Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, 28 to 29 Champion Plaza, Falmouth, Trelawney, inside the Community Buzz. Mondays at 3:30 p.m. Call in on 876-513-6668 or 876-478-9144 and have your medical-related questions answered by the specialist, Dr. Live. That's Ask the Doctor, brought to you by Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, your healthcare provider of choice on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
Yes, this is the Community Buzz on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. I am Imara, your musical revolutionary. Yes, we have inside the studio with us Dr. Shirley from Omega Medical Care Center here in Falmouth, Trelawney, right? And Dr. Shirley, tell the people again some of the things that you have at Omega Medical Urgent Care Center. Just give me an overall thing that
Right. So at the Urgent Care Center, we offer, general practitioner services. If you want to see a doctor, that's it. That's where it comes to see a doctor.
Yeah.
But we'll also offer specialty services as well, right? If you're pregnant, you want to see an OBGYN, you can come there and see your OBGYN, right? We also offer our laboratory services. So if you have your blood test that you need to come in and do, we offer that. As a matter of fact, we were talking about prostate cancer earlier, right? One of the tests that we do is a PSA, right? And that's a test that we do just to check if how high your levels are, and that can tell us how if there's anything going on with the prostate, such as prostate cancer or any enlarged prostate.
Yeah.
So that is a test that we do offer at the Urgent Care
What
Center.
is PSA?
So PSA stands for prostate specific antigen, and it's
Okay.
basically a chemical that we test for in the blood, and that gives us information that if there's something affecting the prostate, like an enlarged prostate or prostate cancer.
Okay.
And if it's elevated, then it tells us that something is going on.
Okay.
Right. Also, sticking to in the theme of prostate cancer, ultrasounds, we do offer ultrasounds there. So if there's a need to image or look at the prostate, we can do an ultrasound as well.
Okay.
In addition, we do offer CT scans and digital X-rays as well.
Yes. Yes, that is Omega Medical Care Center, in Urgent Care Center in Falmouth, right? And we're talking to Dr. Shirley. You see, when we look at especially the older people, and see some of the struggle that they have been through over the years, right? And we see your Omega Medical Care Center, right, inside Falmouth, right now, giving this kind of service, as a young doctor, you know, or feel to see that, you know, you're a part of this movement, helping out the elderly and all those who are going through their day-to-day struggle.
Right. It really does feel good. It's a heartwarming feeling. To hear even some of the testimonies from some of the older patients, you know, they really feel good that they have somewhere to go that is within their community. They don't have to go to St. Anne or into Montego Bay. You know, they're happy to know that there's somewhere where they can come and get quality healthcare. And it's interesting that you mentioned like the older population, because they tend to have a lot of aches and pains.
Yes.
Arthritis, we're talking about, right? And one of the things that can really help with arthritis is physiotherapy, which is another thing that we do offer at the urgent care center. So if a patient is diagnosed with having osteoarthritis, that is something that we can offer them to do physiotherapy, and that will definitely help with, you know, strengthening muscles and helping them to gain function or to maintain function.
Yeah. Tell the people, some of the hearers, that, you know, arthritis affect them. Enough people bawl about them knee, them, you know, most time here people talk about them knees, but fingers are, just tell us, because you are the doctor.
So arthritis is basically inflammation of a joint, right? So if you have a lot of joints in your body, so you can just imagine. But when we think about, specifically, we're talking about osteoarthritis, where that's a degenerative arthritis, where it's just due to wear and tear. And the older population tend to, not only middle-aged, the older population tend to suffer from this, just the sheer wear and tear of their joints, overuse. All right. So, you know, majority of the places that they tend to have arthritis are in the knees, in the hips, of course, in the fingers, shoulders, right? They can't even lift up them hand and, you know, comb them hair. Like, there are a lot of persons complaining about that, and of course the back, right? So these are the more common places where you can have osteoarthritis affecting those big joints.
Okay. And as you mentioned a while ago about exercise and walking, and these are the, and you said wear and tear.
Yes.
And we're looking at wear and tear. What when you say wear and tear, them do too much work over the years, them walk too much, or them sit too much.
Right.
What?
Right, that's true. Wear and tear, it does take that into consideration. Overuse of the joint, overuse of the limb, right? If you've had a previous injury to that joint,
yes,
right, that predisposes you to arthritis as well. Right. Another thing that I want to mention is obesity. Right, obesity puts a lot of stress on the joints, especially the hips and the knees, and it's kind of a vicious cycle, because you know you have knee pain, right, and then the knee pain prevents you from wanting to exercise, so you put on this weight, and then you put on the weight, and then the weight start pressuring the knees, and then, so it's a vicious cycle. But this is something that we work with patients with, and as I said, physiotherapy comes in really handy in this, to help alleviate the pain so that they can become active. Yes, physiotherapy is offered right at Falmouth Urgent Care Center. So we help the patients to help to control their pain so that they can become active and functional again. It's very important.
I notice you say control. The word control.
Right.
Is any way that them can really eliminate the pain totally?
That's a very interesting question. When persons come to me and they say, "Doc, I really want to just get rid of the pain," really try to make them comfortable, right? And the aim of a lot of with these chronic illnesses, just like even hypertension and diabetes, we try to control them and stress, okay, lifestyle modification. Even osteoarthritis, we stress lifestyle modification, certain things that would stress your joints and stress, put a lot of pressure on it, would tend to, see how we can modify that. Footwear is very important.
Good.
Right. The type of footwear you wear that can really exacerbate your symptoms, right? But heels, if you can, bring them a little bit shorter. No. But there are certain things that you would have to modify to improve the symptoms that you're having.
So some people who really though addicted to a particular lifestyle, like some female who like to look sexy in them heels and them thing. And even though you say to them, say you need to cut down, you know what I mean? Don't wear these heels that are going to affect your back or your knee or or any other joints, right? It is very important for you to listen to the doctor. Very important.
And the physiotherapist.
And the physiotherapist as well.
They will definitely help you out.
Because you're the one who will going to guide you and make sure that everything work out, right? As you say, as I talk about control, right? I am going to go back to it. The whole psychological thing, you know what I mean? Because you see, when you have a issue, you think about it and you just want it to happen. You just want to say, so that pain I need to get rid of it. And every month you have to go to the doctor for the same thing, move on the treatment. What about the psychological aspect of it?
Right. When it comes to disease, right, we realize that it's not only the organic or only the physical. There's a psychological component to the disease. Sometimes patients will come into the urgent care and talk to me, and they said I have a particular complaint, and I'm like, okay, what you're telling me is not what the real problem is. It's more, psychological, and that's okay. That's okay, right?
Yeah.
But it's a holistic treatment, right? We call it the biopsychosocial approach, where we don't only treat you the physical problem, but we realize that there might be a psychological component, or there may be a social component as well, right? So we do understand that disease can put a burden on you psychologically, right? Especially if it's a chronic thing that you've been experiencing over and over and over and not getting any relief. Pain is not easy to bear. We really do understand that, and that's where we have to empathize. Well, I have to empathize with my patients and be with them along the way, along the journey, and try to support them as best as possible, because dealing with chronic illnesses is not easy.
So where you have overnight stay beds?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Coming soon. Not in Falmouth.
Okay.
So our hospital, Omega Medical Hospital, right? So we do have our Omega Medical Hospital that's there at Norman Manley Boulevard, there in Negril. And definitely, it's just like any hospital. If an accident, an emergency, we do offer our services there as well: ultrasounds, digital X-rays, CT scans, and also MRIs. So, especially when we're talking about osteoarthritis, if patients may need another additional investigation, like an MRI, definitely they can get their MRI done at the hospital.
One of the important things to get people, to your center fast is ambulance services. You provide that,
right? So at our hospital we definitely do provide ambulance services. So if there's any emergency that will be needed, you can contact the hospital, and then we'll see if we can dispatch an ambulance there. Right.
Speak about emergency medicine.
Right. Emergency medicine, right? So at the urgent care we do see emergencies as well. So if you have I have seen a fair share of patients come in with shoulder dislocations who've had seizure disorders, and we had to do things for them right there. So our staff is well trained, right? We know how to manage the emergencies, and that's what we do. And if needs be, if we need to transfer them to the hospital, we definitely do that.
Okay. Yes, it is a great vibration having Dr. Shirley here with us from Omega. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, right? Because it is it. Give the people the number.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me give the people the number.
Yeah, give the people the number.
Right. So our contact number is 876-462-45.
All right. Repeat it again.
876
462
4571.
4571. So that's the number. 864624571. Right. And we are in the Champion Plaza. It's 28 to 29. Champion
28
Plaza.
to 29.
All
yeah,
right, 28 to 29 Champion Plaza.
Once in Champion Plaza, just ask anybody.
Yeah, man.
You want me to share some comments here coming in? Have you seen? Are you looking at it?
No, I
Okay.
haven't seen.
Okay. All right. Someone is asking how important is your BMI numbers before we wrap?
BMI.
Your BMI. So your BMI stands for your body mass index, right? So it takes into consideration your height and your weight, and there's a calculation that is done, and it gives you a particular number, and it basically categorizes you as underweight, normal weight, overweight, or obese.
And you offer that service there?
Well, any doctor's office can do it, but we definitely do that. So we just do your height and we do your weight, and then we make a calculation, and it we come up with your BMI.
Yeah.
But your BMI is a guide, I should say, and it guides us in treatment, especially when it comes to chronic illnesses. We're talking about hypertension and diabetes, and especially osteoarthritis as well, right? Your BMI is something that will guide us, right? Because being overweight or being obese is a direct risk factor for hypertension and diabetes. So when we're managing our patients, we say, okay, we're going to control it. We're going to take into consideration your diet, stop smoking, your moderate alcohol consumption, but also exercise with weight loss. And that is something that we'll monitor. So at each visit, so for instance, you come in today, within the next month, we will set a goal. Okay, realistic goals. How much you think you can lose within a month, right? I say, all right. I'm saying, okay, doc, 10 pounds. It's like, okay, we can probably say 5.
Yeah,
5, right? Depending on the person, the person's lifestyle. Let's go for 5. And I say, okay, doc, we can do it. And then when you're coming in for a review at 1 month, right, we're doing that weight again and looking at your BMI and saying, okay, you're improving, and that we can see how your BMI or your weight is affecting your blood pressure at the time, to see if there's any improvement.
Okay, Dr. Shirley, somebody's saying that Dr. Shirley is very professional, compassionate, thorough, and take his time by listening to give you an accurate diagnosis. Okay, you're getting big up, Doc.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Blessing. It is good to have you here, Dr. Shirley, and we hope we can have you another time. As often as you can, make it here. We give thanks, have you here on the Community Buzz on Fit FM 96.7 Your Life.
It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So now you know that there is a radio station, and you come to the studio of Fit FM. Right. Seeing, and we give thanks. Yes, this is the Community Buzz on Fit FM 96.7 Your Life, Your Music, and we give thanks for Omega Medical Care Center and Dr. Shirley for being here with us, and ask your doctor. So guess what? We are going to move to the next guest, but we're going to take a break and then we'll come forward for that. You know what I mean? So, Julia.
Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, Champion Plaza, Falmouth, provides excellent healthcare services through a qualified staff to fulfill the medical needs of its community. Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, Falmouth, focuses on quickly getting you back to your true self. We use state-of-the-art technology to diagnose and treat patients. Ultrasonography, CAT scan, digital X-rays, and laboratory services. Schedule your appointment today at Medical Urgent Care Center, Champion Plaza, Falmouth. Opens Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 876-462-4571. That's 876-462-4571.
Ask the Doctor is your interactive call-in health feature brought to you by Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, 28 to 29 Champion Plaza, Falmouth, Trelawney, inside the Community Buzz, Mondays at 3:30 p.m. Call in on 876-513-6668 or 876-478-9144 and have your medical-related questions answered by the specialist, Dr. Live. That's Ask the Doctor, brought to you by Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, your healthcare provider of choice on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Community leaders, organizers, have your non-for-profit community events advertised on a Fit Notice board inside the Community Buzz, Mondays and daily inside Mineba on Fit FM. Email your details or flyers to fitnoticeboard@gmail.com and have your free to the public event advertised. Fit Notice Board on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Express yourself. Everyone should be able to express themselves freely. Free the dog. Freedom. Free the dog so that they can speak. Nature Elisa said, free the dog. Freedom. Free the dog. You should be free to speak, yeah. We need free speech so that the messenger can teach. So realize their crooked lies. Free up your messenger so Jaja works can reach ya. Free up your messenger, messenger of truth and rights, yeah. Free the dog. Freedom, free the dumb so that they can speak, yeah. Free the dumb, freedom, free the dumb. You should be free to speak, yeah. Free like a Marcos speech, like the Whalers lyrics. Free like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King's speech. So many lose their lives because they speak the truth. Malcolm X and Martin Luther King got executed, but still we have free the dumb. Freedom. Freedom. So they can speak. Free the dumb. Freedom, free the dumb, so that they can speak. Aye. Yes, the Orthodox teach so you can learn. Yes, the Bingy Man teach so you can learn. Yes, the Bobo Man speaks so you can learn. Yes, the 12 tribes speak so you can learn.
Yes, that is Nature Ellis. And the man I say freedom. Freedom, yeah. Nature Ellis there. And we want to bless up the people them over primal4k.com, Primal Media, right? Group. Yes, this is I'm Already Musical Revolutionary and Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. And this is the Community Buzz. And we have online Mr. Paul Patmore. Is he there? Is he ready for us? Grand afternoon, Mr. Paul Patmore. How are you doing, sir?
Good evening, my brother.
I'll give thanks to have you once more on the Community Buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Mr. Paul,
yes.
Mr. Paul Patmore. Just give us an update what is taking place up there in and first we want the people to just do this. You know what I mean? We can't tired for do it. Even if you come 6 times.
No.
Yeah, we have to make the people who we're talking to. Let's give the people a rundown of who Paul Patmore is. You grow up yourself. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Paul Patmore is a MP caretaker for Southern Trelawney, representing the People's National Party.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm a businessman from up in the hills of Low River.
Yeah.
I operate a funeral home, Patmore's Funeral Home. Yes.
That's it. Low River.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, man.
See,
a former independent councillor.
Yeah, man.
Run and won as an independent councillor in 2012.
Yeah.
Yes, so I'm no longer going as independent. I'll be representing the People's National Party whenever the next general election is called.
All right.
So I'm here in South Trelawney as a caretaker. As you know, we just got through a storm, a hurricane, as what we call it.
Mm-hmm.
But our main damage was for the yam farmers.
Yes.
Yam farmers get.
Mm-hmm.
But after a few days now, so we start off with the yam farmers, but because of lack of electricity,
yes,
the chicken farmers, the small chicken farmers, end up as the biggest hit for the storm because of lack of electricity. And that was mainly because persons have killed their chicken and have it on the deep freeze. Persons have 400 chicken and deep freeze 500 chicken. You know, so when we couldn't have, we never get any current for so long. Some of the persons were trying to use generator, but generator was running them somewhere like 5,000-6,000 per day. So when you start running into 15 days, and so people either start give it away or either start throwing it away. I just wouldn't make any economical sense anymore. Also, barbers and hairdressers get a big hit. There are still some communities up in South Trelawney that is still without service.
Yes, this is a community bus on Fit FM 96.7 Your Life, Your Music. We're talking to Paul Pantmore, MP caretaker for Southern Trelawney.
This line in a lot of the communities is still bad. Yeah, man. So yes, still service, but the telephone companies are still bad, still not up to where we used to be.
Oh, yes.
That's what we are giving thanks. We haven't lost any life.
Yeah.
We have one person that lose around 2 houses to fire during the hurricane, because you know that we use a lot of candles.
Oh.
One of my thing going forward, I'm looking at trying to eliminate candles. We're going to promote solar lights for houses, especially those persons that live there by themselves, the elderly, mentally ill persons. We're going to push for solar lights. So like a 25-watt solar bulb, and that can run a one room. Somebody have a one room.
Yeah, but as you talk about candle, this is a community bus on Fit FM 96.6.
That can out. Solar, right. I want to see if we can eliminate.
Yeah, as I say, eliminate candle. You are there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
As you talk about eliminating candle, you know, say, couple weeks ago, we had to, buy some candle and carry out into Clarendon to help out other people because them couldn't get candle. We understand.
Yes.
Candle was very, very scarce. No.
Yes, but what happened?
Yeah.
But it's just too dangerous for elders and persons with physical challenges and so.
Yeah,
and candles are just too dangerous.
Yeah, you know? And you don't know when it is you fall asleep, it run out or
yes.
You know. And
yes,
how much candle you going to burn for the entire night? How much candle?
Yeah, man, and yes, with most of our communities go without electricity for some 30 days, up to 30 days. A lot of the communities have to do without electricity. Say, our average family we use 5 candles per night.
Yeah,
you know, it's a hefty sum. So that's why I want to promote solar lights.
Yes,
and they are really reasonable and they are much safer. So I'm gonna push for that in South Trelawney. We're gonna try to raise some funds so we can help to sponsor some of these elders and persons who can't really afford them. We're gonna raise some funds, have a little light drive in the community, especially where we have kids. We have quite a few houses still without electricity because they just can't afford JPS. So we're gonna push for solar
Yes.
Where the kids can have it to study in the night. Most of these lights will run right through the entire night.
As you talk about solar energy, right? What about
they don't have to worry about them.
Yeah, as you talk about solar energy,
yes,
and you talk about people who raise chicken and people into farming. What about this bioenergy where people can, I would say a lot of young people, over Jamaica was, doing some experiment with that kind of a system. What about
it's something that we can start to look at, especially for our schools. We can start to promote it.
Yes.
Persons who have, we could try the bioenergy.
Yeah.
It's something that we can maybe partner with the 4-H clubs in schools and see if we can make a start with that.
Because you see, one of the things, we have to empower our young people. We have to utilize the resources that we have around us that just going.
Hello.
You are there? Yeah, there, Mr. McPartland.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Yes, I'm saying.
Yes.
One of the things that we must pay attention to, and I am putting this to you as a leader, that we need to empower our people. You know what I mean? We need to empower our people that this country, can become a country where we can stand on our own. You know what I mean? That some of the things that we suffer to have, especially when it comes to electricity. If we did train our people in a certain field of science, we could eliminate some of these problems. And that is the danger with monopoly. And I don't understand why government, who's supposed to represent the people, are most of these people who are coming from the people and know the struggle that their foreparents and even some of them been through, right? Now, allow these multinational companies are, to come and dictate how we run our country. You know what I mean? Especially the Jamaica Public Service. One of the things where we need,
because we don't have oil, but we have sun 366 days of the year. So fortunate to live in a country where we have sunlight 366 days for the entire year. So so we need to make use of it. We need to start tackling from our children.
Of course.
So when the students reach grade 1, we need to start push for solar energy.
Yes, you know what I mean?
Because that's what we have at our fingertips right now.
Yeah.
So even when they are in school, they should be seen, because even there's that high electricity bill that the government is paying for our schools. More schools should be using solar energy because they only operate in the day.
But you see,
they would be using solar light for the entire day.
But you see, you use the term.
And JPS must be a backup at our schools.
You
time for us to
just a minute. You use the term paying bills, and that is what capitalism does. Capitalism is a system that want to suck things out of the people. They don't want to see the people with this kind of independence, right? So they always put system in place and lobby government that the people cannot depend on themselves. Them frustrate the people for depending on themselves and doing things for themselves. And as a businessman, and that's why I'm speaking to you now, as a businessman who understand, the whole thing of being self-sufficient and, in our community that you are doing business by yourself, and you're in a community where you see farmers are independently doing business by themselves. And I realize that since this burial storm, we understand what is happening in St. Elizabeth. You know, I don't know how far your constituency spread. Me know say it's in southern Trelawney. I know that you are.
Yes, we start from a little bit community they call Line of Parish that's up in Raven.
Yeah.
Close to the Christiana, so on that border there.
So
I would go as far down to Clarkstown, Stewarttown,
okay,
Jacksontown.
Yeah. The question I want to ask you, you are any of the cockpit country are in your constituency?
Yes, almost 70% of South Trelawney is a cockpit. You know?
All right.
Because the cockpit stretch all the way up to Litchfield.
Yeah.
So all of Alps, Albertown, Warsaw, Troy, Crownland.
Yeah.
Go down to Clarkstown, go back round to Stewarttown. You know, so we cover around 70% of the South Trelawney is a cockpit.
No, you know, say you are one of the main person right now in Jamaica where in our constituency, if you become the MP, you yes, Community Buzz and Fit FM. If you become the MP, you see, you are there?
Yes, I lost you a little.
All right, so I'm going to repeat what I was saying. If you become the MP, Mr. Paul Patmore, right? You know that you have a serious responsibility on your shoulder pertaining to the preservation and the protection of the cockpit country. We see where the chief for Akangpong is in a serious battle with this present administration. How much connection and how much support are you willing to give the chief, you know, in supporting him to stand up for make sure the preservation of the cockpit country is intact?
Yes, the PNP have a policy, you know. They put out a booklet. We have a committee that was set up to organize and plan out. They are one of the leaders when it comes to the preservation of the cockpit. When it comes to mining and so, the PNP have a policy that our spokesperson on mining will talk about it, and even environmental person will also speak on it. But one of the things that we will be doing in South Trelawney is a massive tree planting exercise. That's why one of the things that we have on the books now, we'll go planting.
Yeah. So otherwise,
a massive tree planting exercise. Yam sticks being cut. Yes, yam sticks being cut out of the cockpit. So we're gonna try and encourage our farmers in South Trelawney to use different methods of yam sticks. There's quite a few that we are doing a study on now, where we can find other means and ways otherwise from the yam sticks, because the yam sticks is not just destroying the cockpit, but it's just too expensive for our farmers to keep up with the sale of the yam sticks.
Okay.
Yes, so we have the PNP is serious about preservation of the cockpit.
And as I talk about tree planting, right? Some of the stick, rather than use them one time, or often them can use the yam stick.
No, most of these yam sticks that we're getting now, the farmer will tell you that every year they have to rebuy sticks.
Whoa.
Every year. So we are now studying the alternative where we're going to use wires. Try some like a wire, like a cable, go across, and then you bring up the stem to the cable.
Okay.
And it will be stronger and can manage the hurricane better.
Okay.
Yes, so that's one of the methods that we're studying, but we still have some more work to do on it. So I can discuss it with with the persons in the PNP, the agricultural.
So we are
spokesperson.
Where would you source those cable? Locally or from overseas? Mr. Patmore?
Yes, sorry about that. In our side, we still don't get back.
Yeah, I understand.
internet
Yes.
service.
So I realize that the call, you're chipping in and chipping out, but
keep dropping.
All right, we'll ride through it anyway. Still, yeah. So I'm saying the cable that you're talking about, what is locally, or you are going to source it overseas?
No, we have we can use even the same clothesline wire, the wire that you use for clothesline, you know.
Oh.
So what you do is so it's have us just like a clothesline, but you'd stretch it.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd use the same metal like how they stretch when they do the fencing. They use that and stretch the wire so you'd have it stiff.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd have like an entire row of yam running on that piece of wire.
Oh.
You know, and I would save the sticks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you'd need this whole of yam sticks we have to buy every year.
Mm-hmm.
It would be much cheaper because our farmers have to travel far with the yam sticks. So when a farmer buy it and drop it off at the roads, at least miles in the bush to carry it. Yes. So they could just be traveling just with wire and their shoulder, and it's much easier. You would have to pay persons to be carrying yam sticks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm encouraging our farmers now in South Trelawney to stop. You don't have to work hard. What we need them to do is work smart.
Yes.
We want to start doing some smart farming in South Trelawney. We're farming over in the hills and the gullies and across the river. Yeah. So we have to find ways to make life easier for us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we're saying use the wire instead of the yam sticks. Okay. And we're encouraging them to say, try a 2-row yam this year and see how it works. And then you try and improve on it as time goes by. You know, you don't go eliminate the yam sticks all just like that. Just do it, take out a section of your field and you use the wire and then you continue with it after a period of time.
Yes.
So within the next 5-6 years, we don't want to wipe out the yam sticks completely. So we're preserving the yam sticks. With your trees, so we wouldn't have persons cutting down the trees that often. Yeah.
Yes.
Because if we don't try and find something now, that's why we need an agriculture minister who cares about Jamaica. You know? Because we have to try and see if we can find alternative, because we see what Haiti, the deforestation did to Haiti. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So if we don't act fast, this 2030 vision that we have, time is running out on us now. We are at 2024 now.
Yeah.
And we don't see no little sign of that vision that we have, this 2030 vision we used to talk about, that we have been talking about 20 years now.
No, but say 2030.
We're only around 6 years to go.
But say the 2030 vision is not our vision, though.
No. It couldn't be.
Aye. And this is something we must pay attention to. You know what I mean? That the 2030 vision is not really, it is not us who come up with the idea. It's the World Economic Forum and these people who decide that they want to globalize and rule the world, and them send these arguments to government who don't know how to tell them no, and say, boy, we can't work within this thing for achieve all the way you claim say you want to achieve from now to 2030. It is impossible for
because even though
go ahead, Mr. Patmore.
Because the constituency like South Trelawney. You have a constituency like South Trelawney that don't have one working fire hydrant in the entire South Trelawney.
What?
Because in the Clarkstown to Jacksontown area, they get water every other day in Clarkstown, Stewarttown area. So every other day, every 2 days, they get water.
Every other day, when you have the cockpit country, we have the biggest water source.
So we don't have no water. Over in the line, we have about Limas Division, Albertown Division, Warsop Division. Not even one working fire hydrant, you know.
How could that be? I want you to explain that to the Jamaica people, Mr. Patmore. That
because over the years, we don't have any strong representative who get up and demand better life for the citizens of South Trelawney. That is where we are being lacking proper representation. We get up and we vote for somebody to go up there and represent it. But when they reach there, they represent their party. So they will either represent the PNP or they represent the JLP. but there's no one to go out there and represent the citizens of South Trelawney. Everybody is representing a party. All the time you get this nice vibes like they want to represent the people is that 3 months before the election. And the night after the election, after everybody jump up at around 9 o'clock, it turned to the party. And now after that, after 9 o'clock, that election night, everybody now start to represent their party. You do things for the interest of the party. But nobody who's looking out for the people. And that's why we have so much of our young people looking up to a Bounty Killer, looking up to a Vybz Kartel to represent them. Because we, the politicians, are falling short. No, but persons who are supposed to be representing them. And them now have to throw water in our face. And that's why you have artists kind of throw water in our people in face. And I said, don't expect me to represent you. I do my own thing. I entertain. Because the people where the people choose.
Yeah, but you see, entertainment is totally different from political representation. Yes. See, and one of the thing we must look at, right, is the lack of political literacy among the people, right? Because yes, and we're seeing it happening right there in Southern Trelawney. You can't have a place like the Cockpit country where, you know, in a Jamaica maybe have the second largest water resources or source, right?
Yes.
And right under your foot are where the water, you know, come from. It can supply so much hotels right down here. So if you go down to some of them hotels, you see water a gush right through. People utilize water for do all sort of something, right? But up where the water come from, the people only get it where you say only once every 2 days. That's what they say.
Man, every 2 days. Every 2 days, sometimes every 3 days.
And you tell me say that you don't have no fire hydrant in the entire Southern Trelawney. That's what you said.
So when you have and that's why I tell you that in South Trelawney right now, if we don't have a change of leadership right now for South Trelawney, we are in deep trouble. And that's why I was saying to my wife that I think the politician they move civics from the schools, you know, for a reason, you know, because it's like they find most of the people in there get too educated and alone and know too much. So they move with that. They move it away because you can't. Then it's not the politician interest to empower the people. I mean,
but the people interest is to empower
like education. So they give them that live like indication now. You can't go lead them, you know.
So the people
have them a job. I use a straw to lead them.
Yeah.
So they move with civics from the schools. That's how we used to. We were born in the 70s and so we get to know enough. I have civics in a school. Some of the things that we used to know in a grade 3, you have to wait until when you reach university to know those things.
Wow. But it is
basic things.
So it is the responsibility.
Basic things about your community. Respond local government. We are person. I don't know the difference between a local government and a general election. You know?
As you mentioned that,
the difference
as you mentioned that, right? The difference between a local government and central government, right?
Yeah.
Make we break down that little because make we look on one word, which is governance.
Yes.
Explain to the people what really governance means to you as a political representative. To govern, what is it?
For me, is really providing leadership. I mean, proper leadership. I listen to the people, and like how I would explain is me as they want to be the MP, you know, as the MP.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to come listen to the people, and then I will take people to the Prime Minister, to the Parliament, and then get information and bring back to the people. That's why in South Trelawney, I decided that I would, as member of Parliament, I would have every 2 months, I would have a town hall meeting where people come and tell me their problem. Because me now go stay in my office up in Alarmers and know all of the problem we are going over in a Clarkstown. So is that why we don't have to go there now, go meet the people and hear their grounds and go make representation on their behalf. You know?
And
what it have become?
Before you go any further, because I heard this all the while from politicians, and I don't believe people who only come and talk about them problem. What about the people who come with a solution to a situation and say, boy, this is how we can solve our problem. What we need is a support from you guys to make sure say this work out.
Yes, yeah, man, that's why very important. You have to be a good leader, you have to can listen.
Yes. Because I believe
I think that's one of the problems we have with it, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of the roads we are making now in these communities. If we don't just listen, when the contractor go in a community, you have some people who are born and go in a community, we don't tell him, say, right here, so is a spring you are going to make the road on here, so.
Wow. Yeah.
We have to build it a certain way because we always have a spring right here, so. But because them tell us them come with for university and the next time, them now listen to the man, you know. So 5 weeks after the road make one heavy rain come now and the spring the water just start spring up back at the same spot. Because they just wouldn't listen, you know, listen to the people. So we have as leaders, we have to go into the community and listen to the voice of the people. Hear what them say. Take some advice from them. You know, that's how I mean how they can get it simpler, but we believe say we have to go, they go spend 40 million because at the end of the day, you know, that the $40 million because we have some friends who have to go eat our food. $40 million could have might be touch around 4 other communities with some smaller projects though.
Yeah.
And do it some way where even last longer.
The reason I ask,
but if we do it the way the little man has said, we friend them now get to eat our food. So
the reason I ask you to explain to us about governance, right, and how you see it, right?
Yeah,
is because you was in that seat as an independent, right? And you have that opportunity to govern your division, right? And so therefore you have a certain amount of experience under your belt when it comes to, you know, serving the people. So how much of that will you take into if you become a member of parliament for Southern Trelawney?
Yes, there's so that 4 year was like my little university. You know, it helped me to go out there and I learn and see how.
Yeah, this is the community board.
Oh, there's the heart.
Yeah.
People under you know the guys are constant the amount of ratings now. Maybe because of how they behave and how them treat it simple to, you know. Because then go is like they just get a work because I just somebody check them and say come run for a party. So it's like they don't really have a passion about going. But me as an independent councillor, there's no councillor in Lima's division that have ever get more done than Paul Patmore. I'm the one who got to parish council and make people, the citizens of South Trelawney, know the councillor get money for spend every single month. You know? Every time, every community where you go, you hear them say, boy, the councillor say, boy, they don't get no money. And me go down there and make the people know, say, every single month, every single councillor, it was 9 of us in Trelawney.
Yes.
And every single month, councillors get the same amount of money, with the exception of the mayor who get maybe a 10 or 20% more. And that we hear say there's no money to where you can fix up. So when you see a drain block up, if you want to fix it, you can fix it.
Yes. And it is the same as we speak. Not change. Mr. Patmore, you are there?
You have persons who every single month the money is there. So you get money for clean the drains. So if we never allow the drains to pile up, so why most of the councillors, is just allow to pile up, and then when election time, Christmas time, they run a Christmas program.
So the money is there. You're saying that there's a monthly allocation. That's what you're saying.
Every single month you get a monthly allocation. Yes. So there's no need to have a drain that is blocked in the community for 6 months.
And the monthly
as a councillor.
I want to get it clear. The monthly
allocation
is different.
Yeah,
Hold on. Let me ask a question and you answer. The monthly allocation is different from the councillor personal pay. That is what you say.
Yeah, man. Your salary, you say you get your salary plus you get your traveling. So me coming from Oklahoma's, I have my traveling allowance.
All right, good.
So you get your traveling allowance and you get your salary.
So
that is European, where you not have to give nobody. It's for you and your family.
All right.
That's your salary. You get a monthly salary.
And then a monthly.
For now,
and then you get a monthly allocation.
Yeah, man. Your monthly allocation.
To deal with the division. To deal
with things in the community. So you to the drains and most of it, and sometimes you send some extra money now to give people water, like when we had drought and so. So yeah, the minister will send some money for where you can do water and so. When it come down to hurricane time, then we send a little extra money to where you can use to clean up your community. If you go to drive like in some community like Ali River and in place they open a wall so for the truck no run. So you get a truck and you clean up those places.
Wow.
No, man, but so if people want it to do better.
One of the things I don't believe the people know these things. Or maybe they know and they don't care.
No, man, they don't know because some of them just too die-hearted. So even though they see that, when people see me do a whole lot of things in South Chilani, in my division, they say my money me spending.
Wow.
My money me spending and do it. I tell them, so no, we get money down a council. We have communities in my communities. And what me always is everybody with the yard gate. I say if government this town, everybody with your chain road in 2,500. People know say everybody kept to it. They believe say we have just like a him one have mouth can eat the food, you know? So I me change up all of those things when I was a councillor. I mean everybody. But
you know, say I am picking your brain because me know them something. Yeah. I remember when I used to live at St. Thomas, and we have this, which part me live in the community. We have this project where we take on a part of the road where they just clean the entire and that councillor, because him kind of cool, and come to me and say to us, say, you take on this, and him say, yeah. Him say, come down at the office, I could write a check for you. And then we find out that once you are doing these things, if you can maintain this monthly, you can get a monthly payment for doing that, for just even maintain aspect
because we have in Chilani, when in my time, God Wilkins was in here.
Yeah.
So at that time we have communities where you can always hire a linkman. So you can hire, you have somebody where just pay on a monthly basis to take care of the community. So him go through, see the little drain them and clean out the water, clean out the grass out of them, and we call it linkman. That was a linkman system. I don't know if it's still there. But when I be, you can talk to the mayor, you know, the farmer mayor. God Wilkins is now a councillor. And tell him that Mr. Patmore said when he was mayor, he used to get money every single month for fix up in community.
Yeah.
So why it can't happen now? Why don't know?
Yeah.
And I noticed even as the Fabian Davis continue to do some work in our community, and Mrs. Sena make use of that. Because maybe him no realize, him no catch into to study man, them save up the money for the election, the thing.
Yeah.
He's new.
Well, maybe we
So
need to get into Fabian head and make him know, say, watch out. Continue to do the right thing. Whoever else are doing.
Yes,
yeah.
that is the right thing.
Yeah,
yeah man, that's the right thing. So we want to look for our. Yeah, man.
But
so when we see a councillor do the right thing, it's every single month to see him do something.
Paul,
we know say a so figure.
Paul,
yes.
This is one of the things we are talking about, transparency in government. And if we don't have that,
yes.
People know how their tax dollars, because I know like say money where they make, are the people tax dollars that are come back to them to take care of them community and to make sure say them it, But the people, and this is what we're talking about, political illiteracy. If the people don't really understand these things and know how much are the monthly allocation that is been given to each councillor, then them are going to just in the dark and look like idiot. You understand?
Yeah,
just like how them did believe, just like how them believe say your personal money you spend.
Yeah. And even when you tell them, because over the years, them just hear say no money, you don't get no money as a councillor, you don't get no money.
Because the
and them tell us about the MP. Because the MP not giving no money.
Because the councillor them tell them some lie to say they don't get no allocation and not get no funds.
Yes. But so now I'm not can't bet so they don't can't people them know when we say fear by not spending one money. It's just being a good councillor.
Because them never experienced that. That is another thing, Used to.
Yes, they never experienced
when
that.
people used to bad treatment, even when you come and treat them good, them try to understand say it's a good man, this a treat you. A woman I used to a man we abuse her. And then when she get a good man, we start to take care of her.
You take the man for idiot.
A idiot man this.
Yeah, man, you take her for idiot.
Because she used to the abuse over the years. Jaja.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I was reflecting on it this morning, when Bruce Golding won, he promised, and if he fulfilled that promise, right? When he stated that he would have give 40 million to each MP at the time, you know what I mean? And that was a promise that he fulfilled. One of the thing we realize a certain MP utilize it to do some great work, St. Thomas.
Yes.
One of the MP who we know say spend that money, where you could have said Fenton for
yes,
right? I don't know what is. I don't know if that same amount of fund, is still available to MP to spend that in constituency. And this is what we say: the political knowledge of the people need to be up. The people need to know what is happening, know how much money MP get, and the process. The people supposed to know also how much money, right, Alec, every month in annual. So there, it's just like the salary of the Prime Minister and the salary of anybody, just like how everybody I try if it know the people in salary, this kind of transit. And that's why you see the riot took place in Kenya recently, because these young Gen Z, according to what they are describing them as, right, did some research and realize how these politicians pillaging their country and their money, and which part the money they are about in Europe. These people research and find out. That's why the young people in Kenya get survival what they right? Young people I try fire Vybz Kartel and dancehall artists. I just saw them mind, which is sad. And the same people who them are run down, I tell them say we don't have any responsibility, you know what I mean, for in society. our main thing is to entertain you. And the matter of the truth, I don't like say I tell you no lie, I tell you, say this me there have to do, me no business with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Aye. Mr. Pat.
Yeah, man. That's why we try to create some.
Yeah, we did really want.
As Trelawny and a whole, we try to create some good representative.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for down here Duncan's division, we say Fabian Davis, I try to make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
We have Garth Wilkins over there. I will continue to hold his own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we are going to try to push and encourage our politicians to continue to live good, try to live the cleanest life you can live.
Well,
that's when you leave. You'll be remembered as somebody who try to make a difference in your community. You know?
You're a Trelawny native, don't?
Yes. I was born, raised, never left. Never left, boss. So that's why when you road bad, and we don't have no water, me feel it. I know this, my football field was in the middle road in a Lower Square. One time we never have so much vehicle, but now I see in football field we end up with now. But because of the amount of vehicle on the road now, the youth them can't play night anymore.
Wow.
So we need a representative now who can come set up something for the youth them.
What kind of energy you're feeling on the ground here, Mr. Paul Patmore?
Oh my, it's one I never see a ground swell like this before. That's something we know. Nobody never seen a South Trelawny. Since Paul Patmore decided that he will be representing the people, the persons from PNP and JLP come over. This Thursday we'll be having a conference, a public session conference. We can't have it in a school room because the amount of people we expect to be at that conference cannot hold in a school room. We're taking it to the only conference so far in Jamaica that will be kept in a square, is the South Trelawny conference this Thursday.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start off with a meet and greet up by Water Square.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get up there at 2 o'clock, and around 4 o'clock we're gonna move off to Albert Town with a massive motorcade.
Yeah.
To show how persons must come out and show their support for Paul Patmore as a candidate. So he will be presented by the party leader, Comrade Mark Goling, just around 6 o'clock to the people of South Trelawny and the people of Jamaica as a caretaker MP.
Wow.
At 6 o'clock in Albert Town Square. Yeah, man. So it's one of the largest conferences we expect to see, one of the largest turnout, because persons from all over Jamaica and present. I don't hear you.
You know your opponent yet?
No, they change almost every 3 weeks. We hear about another one. They're saying that they're trying to see if Miss Marissa Davenport case will be true by the general election is called, that she can come and be the candidate, because they do their poll and they say that she's the closest one to Patmore. Okay. So they are hoping that if she come on the ground, she might be able to catch up back Patmore. But Devon McDaniel was way too far behind. So if Patmore didn't even stop where he is, he still couldn't catch up. But they are hoping that if Marissa Davenport come with her experience and being there for 20 years, she might be able to catch up back Patmore and give him a good fight.
Yeah.
But for me, what I'm seeing on the ground, the person's tired of that 20 years of treatment. They want something different. And I think that's the worst candidate that is Marissa Davenport. Because they are just where they are now is just if they can still close the gap on Patmore, because obviously Patmore will win. But you don't want him to win too big, like be a total wipeout in South Trelawny. So that's what they are trying to see now, just to prevent a total wipeout. Because if you don't mind, if right, I got joined with the PNP just to vote for Paul Patmore because they know that this is the man that means South Trelawney well.
The MP for Northern Trelawney as well, right? And one of the things that we feel impressed about her here, right? We don't see that sense of political victimization come from her, right?
Okay.
And one of the things we would like, you know, is how we can get rid of that kind of. You see, when we go vote, say we say me go support the PMP or somebody go support the GLP.
Yes.
Me go support the GLP or somebody go support the PMP, right? After we've done cast a vote, right? Whoever win, this individual is now our political representative. And this individual, the individual, Paul Patmore, win, must know that Paul Patmore represent the constituency.
No, because
you are there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
Paul Patmore must know that Paul Patmore represent the constituency, and me now go just deal with the people and when we didn't know say I'm a supporter.
And that's why I've already spoken to my general secretary. I'm a party leader.
Yes.
My goal is to make sure tell them that when I become member of parliament, we're going to have this. The PNP office will be separate from the member of parliament office. Two completely different offices, two different places. The PNP office might be up in Lima's division. I'm planning to put the member of parliament office central up down in the Albert Town here.
Yeah.
So persons from down also Spring also can find it easy to come.
Yeah.
So in that office you want when you reach that office you want to see somebody in a orange shirt. Not that I'm telling you that I'm gonna employ a labourer to work in the office. But just the presentation.
Yes.
So nobody now go in an orange shirt and a ring of face and I ask you who you did vote for. That must not be.
Yeah.
That mustn't be important.
Yeah.
What we will do, and I will tell them is that check and make sure that the person is South Trelawney.
Yes.
Because we know persons are going to know that you have a great member of parliament over in South Trelawney. People from St. Elizabeth and North Trelawney and over in a center now go and come become benefit.
We can get the best treatment from
and
the
best. Sean, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I will tell them check and make sure that the person is on the voters list in South Trelawney.
So Paul,
make sure so that's happening.
The way you talk, it seems like you want to set a standard in a Jamaica.
Yeah, man. Yes. So what happened? That's why you want to use South Trelawney like an incubator.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start this. The Jamaica will we hope for.
Yes.
This is an opportunity to start it in a South Trelawney.
See?
Grand opportunity.
Good.
This is somebody who not scared to take chances. So you gamble with somebody now where I get up and say, watch out. When we are MP now, then truck will put on 60 ton of grit. Can't drive from my road, I mean, kind of go mash it up. So we're going to make them know. So when we find a truck with 60 ton of grit on it, we are finding the quarry and charge the quarry. We're not even about a waste time on the truck money. And the quarry will know that truck we are dealing with. And those are the type of representation we want to treat. I'm the type of member of parliament who will take the chance and tell people, say, all right, we are already drop the material to build your house at the roadside.
Yeah.
But you can't stay there for 3 years. Too much. And our main roads and our parochial roads, just say people drop material and they do it for 3 years. A man was saying, I'll start in house till 5 years time.
Yeah.
But he said, boy, I'm have to make sure I drop so small. Because I'm going to buy a little.
It can't work. There's something that needs to stop. You can't have your material on the roadside that are block up public.
Yeah, man. So,
yeah, man. It is.
So we're going to give time and say after 2 weeks, the parish council is supposed to step in after 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Those are the things. Yeah, man. So the type of Jamaica what we need. When I was
is that for
I was an MP when I was a councillor. Yeah, when I was independent councillor, me look for the people and say,
Go ahead. Go ahead again. Repeat what you said earlier. We kind of lose a little.
So, as a citizen, and my leader knows say, I say, but I want a leader who will listen. He's the member. He gonna be the prime minister. He's a leader. So when the people send me on a weekly basis from Sochiland, I need at least 5 minutes. So we don't go to skunk sit down in a parliament and one bench.
No.
Until we jump asleep. Because it's boring, you know. But you know, see every minute when you look at one man, as long as he's not talking, jump asleep.
You jump asleep.
Because I just one set of people attack. That's why as a citizen of Sochiland, I never hear my MP, Miss Marisa Darimpo, stand up and mention the word Sochiland in her mouth, not even one time.
Wow,
and I ask people, if you ever hear she please, just send me the date. Send me one recording that she mentioning about the words Sochiland in her mouth. Whether could ever until when she will speak at the house now, she couldn't do it again. Should be different, separate for the ministers.
True.
Because none of all of the ministers them set for losing seat now, they have the extra money to go spend election day. It's all of them would losing seat because they need the constituency. They just not have enough to spend within constituency. So you have a person like Christopher Tufton, where you don't say contribute a lot then as a minister.
Mm-hmm.
But to go in and see in a constituency right now, he ought to losing seat if he not going to lose his seat.
Mr. Patmore.
Because he not get a chance, he not spend time inside a St. Catherine.
Yes.
That's why you see him lose 2 councillors, right? That's
yeah, Mr. Patmore, the time runs so fast, and definitely.
Yeah, man, son.
We are going to talk to you again after your become conference and the caretaker.
Yeah, man, I'm officially come. I'm officially.
No, but me know when
it will presented.
Yes. When they presented to the people. When I say Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thursday. Yes,
yeah.
The 15th.
All right.
In Albert.
Yeah. So we give thanks for you for having you here with us. So we'll talk again, Mr. Paul Patmore. You know, it always. It's nice talking to you, and we really want to focus the next time some more on the cockpit country, and to see, you know, some of the things that you plan to do with the leadership at the Maroon up there. We give thanks. That is Mr. Paul Patmore, the PMP representative for Southern Chilani, right? We give thanks for having him here. One bless up my sister in England, AMH. She shot Harleen Hunland. We give thanks, you know, for you to be tuning in and you know, making comments. We give thanks. Love and light to the people who tune into the community in 7 Your Life, Your Music. You know, we want to thank Dr. Shirley for being here. You know, Dr. Shirley, the doctor, and he's from Omega Medical Urgent Care Center. Yeah, so it was a good vibes having him here inside the studio. A young man, and we give thanks that we can see, you know, young people front. You understand? It's not just in political spheres and movement. You have good leadership, you know, and we must salute young people, especially young men, you know, when we see them educate themselves and, you know, taking on the role of leadership and taking care and making positive contribution of the people and our community. So we salute you, Mr. Shirley, you know what I mean, or Dr. Shirley. Look forward to next strong on the Community Buzz and Fit FM 96.7 and also on Primal 4 wave. buck up on the other side. Love and light.